Welcome to Loleventvods. Watch the full game of today's LEC 2025 matchup.
Rims. We'll see if that practice was in vain.
I'm kind of liking the tunes.
Yeah, feeling it?
Yeah,
getting into that Champ Select, that Champ Select vibes?
Yes, yes, sir.
The Fearless vibes. Okay, so Gnar also taken out, one of Thanatos' primary champions. It's definitely a comfort ban right there for him. Take that off the table, basically keep that perma out of his hands.
Yeah, Renekton's still up, which is something I also really heavily associate with him, and has made it through the entire series. Not going to be banned out. Cassante is going to be banned out, though, and will be a first pick Ezreal here for TL. So one of those highly prized AD carries does make it all the way to Game 3, and it's going to be in Yon's hands.
Yeah, I know a lot of the marksman players talk about in Fearless, they feel like the marksman pool has a steeper drop-off than some of the other roles, but we're only going like 3 games deep. We're not even going the full 5 games until tomorrow,
where we are definitely going
full 5 games
sure.
into Fearless. But yeah, so wants to get his hands on the Ezreal here. Maybe it sets up CoreJJ for something that can roam around. Of course, Ezreal is always so safe, and Cloud9 answering back with a Wukong as of now, but nothing else yet. Ooh, honestly, reminding me that the Ziggs here still being up and available, a big takeaway from APA. He did pull it out already to great success. And when we had Adiland on the dive, he was like, in scrims, APA is blasting with the Ziggs, so always a good steal away for Cloud9 to take that.
And Sven has already played it twice. Was actually his most played coming into today on that bot lane. Had 2 picks on the Ziggs and then 1 on a bunch of others. Both of those were in wins. We can see Umti going to be going over to the Lilia, which was one of those things that people were kind of debating. Is this a good pick for him or not last year? Especially when they were going up against FlyQuest Inspired, so well known for these heavy farming junglers. Rel going to be grabbed for core, so it's bot and jungle secured here, and likely the same match on the other side as Poppy's going to be secured, and we're assuming that will be Vulcans.
And I generally do like Lilia into Wukong because you're not playing like an AD threat, and Wukong does really well into a lot of the AD junglers with the passive stacking up. So we'll see how well he can handle that matchup this time around. So we get a little bit deeper though. Solo lanes, kind of wide open here. So Cloud9 going to take the first shot and take the Jax off the board. Out of Impact's hands.
Adding up the couple games, we have no Ambessa, we have no Jace, we have no GP, we have no Rumble, we have no Cassante, no Jax, no Gnar. So to me, I'm thinking, things like Renekton. I'm thinking things like the Shen that were shown. Camille was another one I was gonna say, but that's gonna be banned out because Jax is considered a very good answer into the Camille, so could be seen as a protection ban, and TL will just answer by taking that off as a result.
Yeah, and I feel like TL do want to hover towards both of them kind of want to hover towards the AD, more AD heavy side, with the Ziggs and the Lilia usually both preferring to be solo APs on teams too. So we get even deeper here. Well, okay, the Cassio.
Do they ban the Renekton? That's kind of my question, because I feel like C9 might just grab it here on 4 if they don't take it away. Because like you said, they would like to maybe have some of those AD pairings. It's probably going to be an AP mid coming through, but instead it will be the Sylas ban that they are very concerned about.
Okay, take a lot of these options away, a lot of these playmaking low-key possibilities. They did the early Yone ban, Sylas ban as well. All right. We're gonna be I guess the Poppy's pretty flexible, honestly, and they could keep it hidden for a while.
Okay, so it is going to be the Ahri getting locked in here for Loki. So we have a bit of a playmaking duo there with the Wukong and the Ahri. The Ziggs, of course, is going to be going bot, but as you say, Poppy still could be flexed around to support or top, depending on the matchup here. It is going to be Impact picking blind, but that's kind of what he's done for most of his career. This is really his comfort zone. I'm going to be curious to see, is it just something like the Renekton that has that strength in lane, or does he go towards a tank? I would love the sign when you talked about, having some sort of an AD threat. Yeah, this is not a massive AD threat, but you can do quite a bit of physical damage, and does scale very well, absorbs a lot of bad matchups, great in the lane swap. I just think it's so versatile.
Definitely is. Always can go for the lane swaps. Keep that open as well. APA, generally they want him on something high DPS. For team fights has kind of been their recipe That's not it, though. That is a Galio possibility. This is much more normal for them. Okay, the Hui comes in. They've got the classic Hui and Ezreal, very long range for later. You can do a lot of poke shenanigans, and you have really good AoE setup here. You know, Sion, Rel, Lilia, and Hui here, so...
I don't know if we're actually going to get it. Aatrox a much more standard matchup for a pro. Considered very good into tanks. Have a lot of sustain. You have the ability to be pretty annoying.
I know, he does love the Renekton, though. You can tell kind of hovering over there.
He almost got me with that.
Back to it, though. As you say, the Aatrox is so good at sustaining off of tanks.
Yep.
Going to be the angle there.
It is also really annoying for the Sion. Every time you start charging up your Q, he can just Q your Q and knock you up and kind of interrupt it. So you have to, yeah, you can still get it off, but it has to be those really quick snap ones for a little bit of damage. You can't just go for that full charge. Can be a frustrating matchup, definitely. But Impact, you know, if he can stay strong on that top side, you know, can get really, really tanky, create a ton of space there for the threats that are on his team. Of course, you mentioned it, Hui, as well as the Ezreal. They've got the Lilia in there, too. Doesn't seem like the easiest Lilia game, but definitely think it's not a bad one. I mean, there is 3 melees over on the other side, and I guess if you get a lot of move speed and you're able to kind of like dodge charms, not get CC'd, maybe you can kind of survive in that way.
Yeah, I think that Lilia is going to be farming a lot and heading bottom sometimes. I am definitely looking at Loki, though, because Loki just hard carried with the Aurora and made a lot of really good flank plays. And the Ahri plus Wukong post level 6, that is a great mid jungle duo and could put a lot of threat on a low mobility carry like Hui if your positioning is not really safe and really perfect there for him. So definitely, I'd say Umpty probably farm a lot and keep up some good vision and track Blabber.
What's your take on Hui? How do you feel about it? Because some of the people I talk to are feeling, yeah, hey, this is really strong. It should be kind of interchangeable with all the other control mages. Some people I talk to, though, just feel like it's way too skill shot reliant, where it's, you know, you can do kind of what an Orianna can or an Azir can, but you have to hit everything, and it's really difficult to be able to consistently do that, especially against a high mobility comp.
I think he pairs really well when you've got like Sion engage, Rel engage, and Lilia sleep following it. So there can be a lot of situations where your teammates can set you up to hit a lot of those abilities. In general, though, I also really think his range is a pretty big advantage in a lot of situations. Yeah. But again, that's why we highlight the positioning, because positioning is what makes a good Hui versus a dead Hui.
Yes, sir. Well said. We're going to be starting up final game of the day, the full 6. Chat Loki. That's an unedited photo, by the way. They took that as he was walking off stage.
That's normal. That's what he actually looked like this morning.
Yep, exactly. Pretty impressive. Heard that the cheekbones get even stronger after a performance like last one. TL looking for a little cheeky wraparound there. They are going to go in for the invade, but of course spotted out by Sven. Be able to grab a mana flow stack for himself. Feel nice about that as they're trying to fight for some of these deep lane swap boards. They clearly are trying to look for that. We'll see if they can actually pull it off. Jan recalling in the brush will drop that ward very likely on the last second of his recall, I'm assuming. But perhaps he will not.
See if they can move this Sion around. Spam pinging. They're spam pinging retake blue quadrant right now.
Yeah, so everyone is heading up towards top, and you called it out, of course. You know, Blabber is up there. Thanatos moving in as well. Impact is going to spot him. But both teams, a lot of international success. You know, these are a lot of titles, a lot of trips to MSI, to Worlds. Two of our teams that have done very well, you know, time and time again. When we set them, you know, we've had Cloud9 obviously get all the way to semifinals at Worlds. We've had TL make it all the way to the MSI finals. So there's some of the teams that, you know, we can really try to count on. And these two teams battling for that one spot there at first stand. It will be a pretty delayed lane swap. I'm actually curious how many minions are going to be missed on bot side. Sion looks like he's going to get in range for all 3, so that's actually really well timed there. Impact barely able to get in range, but with a W start, those minions are going to die. Maybe not.
He got in range for one of the melees. Here we go. The other ones.
He should
short to follow.
Yeah, that's actually really great. So they had that timed out very well. I was wondering if they had it timed perfectly, because they clearly had to do a bit of a later swap to actually try to make this happen. Core spots Blabber. You can see that Thanatos just went immediately back to base and is walking out on top as he, I think, must have gotten chunked out. I was kind of watching the Sion, to be honest. And Core just being a little bit of a nuisance here, trying to chunk down Blabber, and is actually going to let the Ignite go. Thanatos here to cover, but does Blabber have to leave? Can he actually even finish this? Looks like he will be able to with the help of his top laner. And Core should just be able to walk this out, but the wave let's see the top wave. It looks like it is pushing away from Thanatos because of that crash. So now this is where you can try to zone Thanatos off. And this is where, Sion is going to have such an advantage. Obviously, Vulcan comes up here to try to lane 2v2, but Sion's just been soaking experience this whole time.
This lane swap has been so good for Team Liquid. And this is one of the points that a lot of people were talking about not being as big a point of power this season for them as they were last year. But this lane swap has been insane for them. Impact is level 3 on the Sion. Ooh. You already mentioned they're going to do a little teleport swap here. Get Sven over immediately as the wave was pushing away, and it was kind of hard for them. So get his teleport up there. Of course, we've got 6 teleports in this game, with both of the bottom laners taking it this time around. So a little bit more maneuverability there, but bottom wave about to crash, and Impact has been building a pretty big one there. So
well, it's actually pushing away. It's pushing away from Thanatos. It's pushing towards Impact. So Thanatos is actually in a horrible spot because Impact's about to hit 4, and the wave is pushing away from him. Thanatos is just hit 2. So one more minion and he hits 4, and now he has a 2-level advantage. Yes, Thanatos should be able to maybe get some help as Loki and APA battling out around mid as Blabber comes in to support here. The charm will connect, but don't think he has enough damage to finish him off. And it's just Thanatos been put in a very awkward spot. All this farm will be collected there by Impact, but flash forward by Vulcan, and they find Core, and that's a quick first blood out of nowhere. Sven will claim it as well. They get the money right where they want it.
Really nice one right there. I'm still worried about bottom side, though, for the experience difference there for Thanatos versus Impact, but Blabber's not actually done. He's going to go over the wall.
Umpty is on the wrong side of town. We'll see if he can get out of there. Loki doesn't have much mana or health to work with, so Umpty takes away some of that and is just going to be able to walk out to safety. Bot lane definitely could be a problem, and these kind of matchups, especially when you're playing these bruiser-style champions that are supposed to get ahead early, you get behind a tank, sometimes it just feels like they're a brick wall. You really can't do much about it. And when it is, physical damage jungler plus physical damage top laner, you can go like early tabbies, early armor, and feel really good about your position.
Yeah, I mean, Impact going to be to an earlier level 6, and Sion Ultimate is so good for some of these early objectives. We'll see if he can use the experience advantage and access to that Ultimate to kind of get wins for the team, basically. You want to transfer that to the team. Meanwhile, on the other side, with that kill going to Sven, the Ziggs getting some early money, having some early big burst potential can definitely be a big one, because you already saw Vulcan very ready and willing to go for those flash plays. You can definitely get some big burst combos.
I mean, Poppy is such a fun support to watch because I really feel like you have to know your limits so well on this champion. You have to be willing to commit as soon as you see an angle. They give you a wall, you flash in, you find that combo, you 100-0 them. Otherwise, you don't always do a lot. And Sven going to be super happy about his first beast being a lost chapter. That just puts you in a great spot. But look at Loki, right as he TPs in, catches a full combo there, as well as a second Q from APA. And APA letting him know, taunting him a little bit there in mid lane as he does hit the Severing Bolt and chunks Loki down about 20% HP. He just TP'd back. So yeah, you can go back to base again. It is a cannon wave, but Wei clears this out so quickly, you're going to lose a lot. And now Loki's in a bit of an awkward spot.
Yeah, and with the swaps and everybody having eyeballs on the supports, none of them are going to head on over, so should just be him scrapping together the rest of those, as Blabber was also on vision. So nothing really threatening APA here.
Impact moving up. They do know that Blabber is in the area, but Impact just taking away the honey fruit and trying to harass Blabber. This is actually great, because if you can keep him off of the dragon. Meanwhile, Lily is taking the grubs on top side, so if you can get grubs and then Umpty can move down to actually try to contest that, there's no angle at a trade. And Impact already making a great difference in this game here. Had to avoid saying Impact twice.
Yep.
Has the Bramble Vest and feeling
the classic.
Good. Yeah.
That's transfer.
He almost got me that time.
Oh, we got another little invade here. APA trying to harass Blabber off of his Raptors.
Yeah. At what point does it become a big invade?
I'd say now. Now it becomes a big invade.
One camps is just like a...
It's big when you have the enemy jungle and support and mid laner.
Okay.
Three people? Yeah, that's a big one.
That's a big.
That's a big one, taking away your red buff. Regardless, though, you were mentioning Impact, and that's exactly the type of play we were mentioning with using the experience advantage to help out the team and get some team wins there, because that one, they really felt overall for the side of Team Liquid. And Blabber, he was able to scrape together those Raptors, and now he's going to be able to get the rest of this Dragon as well. That should at least get him to his level 6, though the Lulia can be really hard to catch once the Lulia starts getting experience lead and starts getting some farm leads here. So still a full blue quadrant for Umpty to go back to, and he's set up quite nicely.
Credit to Thanatos, has caught up pretty much totally as far as the farm goes. Of course, still down a fair bit of experience, an entire level, in fact. Impact was nervous to walk forward, knowing that he was on the weak side of the map. They were doing grubs. He knows Blabber's down there. So he's basically just been soaking XP and not actually catching a lot of these minions.
The restraint to watch the cannon
to not
die.
Kill yourself for a cannon.
Yeah.
I could never. I would have died for that for sure.
But
so, well, it might be Thanatos dying. He pops a World Ender only to watch his own screen turn gray. He's the one going back to the base as he's got the reinforcements. The patience for Old Man Impact pays off.
That's a big honor to the observers, because the observers right there just made a movie for us. We let the cannon die because you're going to get an Aatrox kill instead. Love it. Team Liquid with the swap back. This is the things that they did so well last year. It was all the mid-game swaps and those mind games, and being able to come through these lane ganks into the brush, get those surprise kills on swap.
Sven able to TP down to at least catch some of the farm and help to protect the tower, but they did get a plate, and of course Thanatos in a tough spot. Walks it up towards top lane, holds on to that teleport here, and sitting on a call field, but lots of armor already grabbed by Impact, and Impact is just going to be getting tankier and tankier and tankier. And will be very difficult to deal with, I think, as this game goes forward. Going to be interesting to see where he goes for his full first item, you know, if it is just towards the Unending Despair, because there is quite a bit of melee. You know, when you have 3+ melee, I almost always feel like it's worth it, you know, even with some of the nerfs going towards it. You just get a lot of value with that Drain Tank.
Yeah, certainly do. A lot of low range on the side of Cloud9, of course. Meanwhile, that deep ward back there, that control ward, going to last a long time as well. When they did their big invade with 3 members, and Team Liquid.
I like the specificity there. Now that we've established it's a big invade.
Everyone knows what play we're talking about now because you marked it.
Yeah.
You created.
You're welcome.
You created a timestamp, Azale.
I did that for you at home watching. Yes, you. I'm talking to you.
The timestamp of the big invade. It's been something that's been so constant, though, has been the TL really deep vision here inside the jungle, trying to keep track of Blabber. And once again, we'll see, actually, topside, they're making a little play.
Yep, he's going to be turning into a big play as he's going to get knocked down, put to sleep. Go to bed, Thanatos.
Yeah, saw that one on the minimap. You know, a couple of getting pretty close over there to the Aatrox. Again, another play onto this Aatrox. This Aatrox has just been getting destroyed this game. The lane swap, the sneak, second swap back, and now the umpty gank up there as well. This is a full level lead for the Lilia, by the way. The Lilia is getting dangerously close to the Leandries. Pretty quick first item.
Thanatos goes in. He's going to hit all 3 of the sweet spots, but not getting too much done. Impact feels like he can just stand and try to play for that cannon. Blabber moving up towards topside, but Vulcan finds Umpty. Does get the angle on the wall, stuns him against it, but in comes Core and APA. In comes the ulti as well from Impact, looking for Vulcan. Vulcan does flash, but is not going to be knocked up there. Blabber already over on the grubs. Thanatos trying to support him. Blabber in trouble, going to have to just clone over the wall. Won't even be able to get one as the Spiraling Despair takes him down incredibly low. Now the teleport coming in from Loki, who does have that first item finished. Sven is here on the side as well. They want to continue fighting for this. Will Umpty be pushed back? Blabber's not even around. Cloud9 realizes it's not a good fight to take. It is going to mean 6 grubs, though, going the way of Team Liquid.
That was actually a disaster for Cloud9 because TL already had people in movement. Their rotation already enacted while, you know, Vulcan and Blabber were fishing around to try and get a little pick. It's okay, the reinforcements were already here. Vulcan has to use everything to get out, and then Blabber tried to like sneak away a grub while they were chasing Vulcan. He's like, hey, distract them for long enough. But
Took him over here.
Yeah, he could not burn down a second pack of grubs. They're actually quite tanky, and then Blabber just gets annihilated. APA chunks him out of the back of the pit. So yeah, even though Ari teleports in here, it's already too late because Vulcan and Blabber, who started this play going super deep on their weak side where their Aatrox is, are already both out of the fight. This was quite good by APA, big chunks on the Blabber. You know, he was able to hit his severing there with the ultimate slow as well, and then chase them all out. And so 6-pack of grubs.
Spawn's taking a break.
For Team Liquid. Yeah.
Come on, brother. You've been here every week.
I mean, yeah, not even a full week. Flew over and...
Come on, man. You can't even watch the games?
I guess job done. He's got this one wrapped up.
Getting a couple quick maps PoE in. We know.
Umpty, though, still at work here on the Lilia. Power
Yes,
farming, power counter jungling. And really making Blabber's life trouble. Let's see. I guess Dragon is up, but like they can continue to chase him. Yeah. DL continuing to chase here. Jan's the only one going for a reset on the Ezreal. It's probably because he has full Trinity Force. He does. He's going to head straight there from base. So looks like Team Liquid should still be able to keep up their control. Blabber wants to at least poke around though.
We'll see. Umpty pops a potion, trying to regen some of that health. Blabber in the area first here, looking to try to sweep it out, but doesn't even spot the ward. The sweeper expired right as he got in range. Thanatos is just going to be so hard to actually make him relevant in this game. This is kind of one of those champions that goes to well from ahead, but Core finds an angle there. Flash Shattering Strike and the crash down onto Sven, forces Sven back to safety. That's his flash traded. Loki looks with it, but he doesn't find the charm. In goes Blabber with the Cyclone. Does get some good damage down on Umpty. Can't quite finish him off as he flashes out of that ulti, and they do get a kill over on the other side. The Feats of Warfare claimed there by Jan. It's a shutdown, though, for Sven onto Umpty. Umpty stayed around, and Sven is just poking from the side here. Does get tagged by the Severing Bolt. He's getting low. The Dragon as well, down to 1,500 HP. C9 looking to try to finish it off. We'll see if they can do just that. There's no smite available for Blabber, so Jan is the one who grabs it. That is a bit of a disaster for Cloud9. Blabber must have used it during the fight.
Yeah, what did he use it on? We'll have to investigate after that one. But in the end, yeah, it ends up being a mid laner trade for a jungler trade, and they still get the Dragon on the side of Team Liquid. Jan finished it off. Kind of crazy there, the way that fight's battle lines drew out, because Sven was the one who just rotated over a little bit later from mid lane, but Umpty was forced to flash towards their territory into kind of Sven's arms to avoid Sven's ultimate. So here's another look at it. Blabber flashed immediately over to the other side, but then Sven's ulti forces Umpty to flash, and then Sven says, okay, if you're running away from Loki,
catch that balloon.
Go catch that balloon. Loki sacrificed his flash to be able to do that, though. But the number one thing I was supposed to do in this replay was find where Blabber had smited, and the smite is already, according to Spectator, down.
Spawn's taking a break. Kobe's taking a break.
We gotta look back. We gotta go deeper. I think we gotta go deeper.
We need to replay the replay, but this time in slow motion.
Well, and start further back, maybe. Let's investigate. Yeah, he is not happy with the way that this one is going.
No,
TL were able to, I mean, they got the Dragon, still have their 6 grubs to help out with some of this tower destruction. They do want to get the first tower.
And I think I heard from the producers that he used it on the Lilia, so did use it in the fight. Maybe thought he had a second charge of that smite ready to go, but unfortunately didn't, and means Jan did claim that Dragon, so not gonna be able to march it.
Thank you. Here we go. True investigated.
Lock in, Kobe, lock in.
And boom!
No smite secure, though.
With the Q.
Yeah.
Q, smite, maximum burst damage.
Yeah.
That was sick. Thank you, observers. Thank
Appreciate
you, producers. Everybody came together on this one.
Round of applause, really. Great job, everyone.
Because honestly, if the producer just told you, then are we really sure they're not lying?
Yeah, I mean, these guys, they're shady.
We got proof.
They're shady producers. I wasn't going to say it, but since you brought it up, I agree with you, Kobe. Our producers are shady here at the LTA. Good point. We're going to be starting up the Rift Herald here. Umpty on it. Blabber around. We'll see who can find the angle for a fight. Vulcan has his flash ready to go, but he has been chunked down already. Thanatos fighting heavily here with Impact. We'll see if he can chase forward. Does still have the ulti available. Impact actually gets hit by that Deathbringer stance, down quite low now. APA looking on the side, but Umpty does grab the Herald, as the rest of Cloud9 just have to watch it go down. They couldn't find a way in to find the fight.
Back here, he has finished his Unending Despair, but it's constantly a little punching bag down there. Doesn't matter, the rest of the team's taking care of business. They've got their objectives under control. Rift Herald mid should be able to finish off too. Nicely done from TL. I mean, this game really well controlled for them. We have seen a pretty wide variation in this series from game number 1's constant fighting and action all the way here, progressing to this one. A lot more control. The lane swap, really big advantage for Team Liquid. And nice last several minutes for them, actually.
And I'm honestly just so impressed by Thanatos, how he's been able to actually kind of battle back and still stay relevant in this. Yes, it is a good matchup, but he's up gold, right? Like from what was a terrible spot, he is still down, I want to say the better part of a level. We'll give him 2/3 of a level or so, but still, has been able to stay irrelevant, and we'll see if he can find an angle here. Vulcan going to be looking in, does find the heroic charge against the wall, but Impact has the shield ready. Ops the Soul Furnace is going to be able to walk angrily towards him as Jan TP's in for support. Or does know someone's around there. I don't think he's going to face check this. He saw Blabber peeking out of the brush, but Thanatos does get interrupted there. Annoying for him, a bit of a tempo killer, but there's no push going on elsewhere on the map, so it is just going to be that, a bit of an annoyance.
Yeah, a couple of these times, I really like how well the TL coordination is showing in comms, where like it's been a couple different players at different times, but they don't rush the play, where they're already there, but just waiting for the other members to get close enough that then you can fully safely retake that tri-brush. That one was a pretty small one, but in the previous game,
small tri-brush.
Yeah,
or a small retake.
A small retake.
Okay. Yeah.
The tri-brush are generally the same size in my experience, but I don't know.
Maybe that's where the blue side advantage comes from. Bigger tri-brush.
Yeah, bigger tri-brush. It's not about the size of the tri-brush. It's about how you check it.
It's true.
And they checked it very safely.
Very safely. Nice. Yeah. With that small retake into the regular sized tri-brush, as we have established. Thanatos going to be pushing up here on top side. We'll say it's a little bit of a push as Blabber is going to come in. There's the lilting lullaby going to be used, put to sleep, but a nice rejection from Vulcan keeps Ven safe for now. He flashes out, but will he be able to survive? Got to block the bowling ball if they go for it. Can't find it. Ven limps out to safety. And we do know the True Shot Barrage is on cooldown, so he will be A-OK. Thanatos up on the top side, looking like he's doing a bit of proxying, but Loki does find a nice charm there onto Core JJ. Will he commit the Spirit Rush? He's going to, but it's a spiraling despair. Thanatos flashing over the wall, trying to take him down. Can't connect. Falls. It's another charm, though. Umpty tries to get slammed to the wall. Doesn't actually find the angle. Vulcan now retreating here. Blabber's going to have to run as well, but Blabber fakes him out with the clone, goes back in, trying to target onto Umpty. Does he have the Nimbus Strike once more? Can he get in there? Flash out from Loki. He's hitting charm after charm, but he's just got no damage. Blabber using the Cyclone for the move speed, trying to get back in on Umpty, but he can't finish him off. And now in comes the cavalry. Jan is there, going to try to knock down one. Loki does get safely back towards that top side as he teleports out. Blabber doing a good job wasting time. Is going to be able to tax the wave. Can't even smite the cannon. What's the point?
Yeah, honestly, it just keeps looking more and more difficult for Cloud9 to find the picks necessary for them to regain any sort of control of the map. TL are just set up with such good options for late game with a mega tank scaling of their front line and mega range here with both Hwei and Ezreal. It seems so hard for Cloud9. They have to get so creative with looking for these surprise plays and picking people out and over chasing, but it really hasn't amounted to enough for them so far. And Umpty has done a good job on the Lilias with control as well, retaining his level lead over Blabber. So we'll see about Team Liquid as they move their way over towards this dragon. They currently actually have APA with no teleport on top side, so APA will have to walk the long walk down river.
Yeah, I'm just struggling to think, how do Cloud9 realistically in a team fight kill off the Scion, right? And if you can't kill off the Scion, then you have to try to fight around the Scion, which can become very, very difficult. Can definitely control a lot of space, has some pretty good CC. I will say, one small window is potentially that Jan is playing teleport. There's no cleanse on him, so if you can actually find an angle in, hit a charm, maybe you make something happen. Sven, though, good little bit of poke there over onto Impact, who is still mostly on armor thus far. Impact going to be clearing out that wave as Vulcan's trying to see if there's any sort of a way in, but it doesn't really look like it. Blabber harassing them, but Thanatos is just pushing topside. At APA, maybe the one looking for the best angle here, actually finds the fear. There's the Spiraling Spare. Loki going to go back in, forces the flash out with the charm. In goes Umpty, trying to find something as Loki retreats from the Severing Bolt. Blabber goes to sleep, and Jan knocks him down, sends him 6 feet under. Thanatos coming in, pops the World Ender, but it's his world that's ending. Sven trying to help him out over the wall, but it's a triple for Jan. It's a dragon for TL, and it's Voracious Otacon for dinner.
Oh, Team Liquid are eating good tonight. They get all the kills here on Cloud9. Nobody from TL drops. They have full coverage. They have a giant lead already, and so with that vision advantage, giant kind of chunk here from APA, again, it just looks like Cloud9, they have no ways in to this TL fortress that they've constructed.
Yeah, they are looking like a brick wall. Impact so tough to push past. Let's watch it one more time.
So, as you pointed out, APA on the control ward, waiting for his opportunity. Then he flashes the charm, and Ezreal ult is going to do some heavy lifting here too. Jan fires it off. They get the kill onto Blabber. They chase through, and then even though Vulcan got the stun against the wall, nobody's around to follow it up. Thanatos is like, I'm on the way, but it takes too long to get past Impact. They return for the Dragon, and you can tell. I mean, it's because, wow, look at that emotion, that scream. It's because this TL team have been criticized so heavily for basically this entire year. You know, since the very beginning, people were like, oh, not looking as good as last year. Oh, not looking as good as last year. Not looking as good even as the regular season. Coming here, getting a little iffy. And now, big bounce back. They hit the emergency glass. They bring Spawn over. Jan, I would say, has been the golden boy, though. Throughout all the trials and tribulations, all of the struggles, still been performing.
That Ezreal record looking pretty golden, I must admit. 40-16 career on the pick. That is kind of crazy. Really one of his best picks for quite a long time at this point. And TL taking over the topside jungle, pushing through multiple lanes here as Umteat does take away the red buff. And you can see Impact down to that bot side. I mean, Blabber's been hovering behind him for so long, but Wukong Ahri, I just don't know if they can kill him. And now it's going to be Vulcan going to sleep alongside Thanatos. In goes Umteat trying to take him down. Vulcan slams him against the wall, but he's the one that's falling. In comes Impact with the unstoppable onslaught. Thanatos able to slide over the wall to safety, but they lose their support. They lose control here of that mid lane and of the top lane. These towers feel like they are sure to fall soon.
Yep, top and mid going down simultaneously. And look, Blabber is in the enemy jungle, counter jungling, just trying to scrape together any sort of income for Cloud9 as they just watch the world
getting aggressive
burning.
here. Sven may have stepped too far forward. He's going to look for one more Mystic shot. Can't quite find it. Doesn't want to give up the Otacon revive there. Sven did a great job clearing out the way, but it just doesn't even matter. They tank it up. They have 6 scrubs. They knock it down. Tier 2 falls in mid. Tier 2 falls in top. They do claim one Tier 1 tower back on that bottom side, but it is a 6,000 gold lead here for TL. 1 game away from a finals tomorrow against 100 Thieves, who already punched their ticket. Yes, sir, earlier here today against FlyQuest with a really good performance. So it's up to C9 to try to make some magic happen, or this one is going to be toast.
Yeah, certainly looks that way. I mean, at this point, Cloud9 almost can't even take one single spell of poke damage from the side of Team Liquid.
Yeah.
You've got the Leandries plus the Blackfire Torch fully completed for APA, Quay, poke damage, so they got to go for some sort of surprise play.
Oh, they're going to look for Umteat. Umteat does have his flash available, but he's into the charm, but he's just burst down already. Do Cloud9 flip it now on the Baron. There's a spiraling spear, but there's no flash on APA, and APA is in trouble. They are fully committing to this. They're going to send it on the TL mid laner. They get Umteat, they get APA, and their eyes are on the Baron. Impact's going to TP in.
Are you kidding me? They find a pick when they need it most, and they're not done.
Loki finds the charm, but there's the turnaround. The crash down lands onto Loki. Loki's in a lot of trouble. Jan trying to cut it on Thanatos as he pops the World Ender, and he's looking to end Jan's world. But on the other side, Impact is a brick wall. They do kill off the mid laner, and we see the survival there from CoreJJ. Impact's in the middle of everyone, but they just can't even hurt him. They have to try to fight past him and try to take down Jan. Jan is hitting Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot, as now CoreJJ has fallen as well. Great clone back, dodges the Mystic Shot. Impact gonna get slammed against the wall there by Vulcan, but Sven just can't get through him. It's Impact as the raid boss. They haven't even reached phase 2. He's still alive. The loop better be good for this one. It's 4 members. I don't even know if they can finish him. Flash forward from Thanatos. It's a shutdown. The Q3 onto the Ezreal. They don't get Impact, but they do get the Ezreal. But Impact bought so much time. They stave off disaster. They won't lose the Baron.
Cloud9, when they need it the most, they just camp on a brush and they pray. Hide on brush, works out. Umteat walks over too close. They immediately jump on him, and they know this has to be our window. We have to get as much as possible out of it, so they immediately flash on the Quay, take down APA, and it looks good for them. But then, even the 3 remaining members of TL are so powerful here. CoreJJ walks right into
We're looking
Loki.
like we're going to fight again here in the picture-in-picture. They're kind of already scrapping potentially. The Dragon is the focus. Impact just walking forward, creating all that space. Loki trying to threaten on the side, but he is marked by Core JJ. Severing Bolt over the top, getting a little bit of chip down on Blabber and Thanatos. Sven trying to get some poke down onto Jan, but he can't really find it. Now the Hex Flash is going to get channeled. Vulcan gets a 2-for-1 special, knocks him back to the base. Can they actually focus this down now? They're going to try to look to turn and burn. They do secure the Dragon. Now it's time to run. A great ulti there from Vulcan. Gets a bonus as Core Hex flashes right into it. And C9 still hanging on.
Cloud9 working some magic in the last couple of plays here. Seems like everybody's going to get out alive too, and Blabber's even going to farm his jungle on the way out. They get the Dragon. They put a stop to what TL had been building there. Even though TL still have a massive gold lead for themselves, Cloud9 are rallying.
Yeah, Cloud9 not going down without a fight. And what a nervous moment there from Umti, getting picked off by the Baron. Flashbacks to that loss against Isra Astral. Had that been a Baron, had that been the turnaround, it would have been devastating for him, but it was not. Impact is so hard to take down. Finishes another item now. They do, of course, have those upgraded boots coming through. For some members, you can see Jan and APA have both elected to upgrade theirs, and Core has his in as well. Jan sitting on 3 items. Third item on the way for APA. He sits on that verdant barrier, trying to stay safe from any potential hard engage. Really, that's the only way C9 win these fights, is finding those picks, so I think it's a really smart buy.
I think you should just have Impact doing the face checking.
Oh, Vulcan might be the one getting checked here, as he is spotted on the ward. Is going to get pulled in. Crash down forces the flash, and they are already on the Baron. Vulcan now low health, no flash, not going to be of much use in this fight. They have an idea that they're on the Baron. They definitely know it now. Core still lying in wait here as Umti actually picks up the blue buff. Impact can kind of just tank this to infinity, and it's Jan helping to damage it down. Blabber getting poked out a little bit as Thanatos trying to threaten on the side. Dodges out from the fear, though, coming in, and Loki now unspotted on the side. Lands the charm onto Umti. Umti gets chunked low. Will that be enough to push them back? Looks like it will.
Yeah, TL wasted a little bit too much time. They had a little power play while Vulcan was low and had to go back, but Cloud9, they're able to get back out. Now poked it down.
Gonna be put to sleep here. Tries to dash out with the clone. They're trying to cover. True Shot Barrage comes across both of them, and in comes Impact, and he slams them into the ground. 3 will fall. It's TL who are gonna own the Baron.
Umti goes bowling, and Umti hits a strike that time. This one's gonna be Baron for Team Liquid. And Deja can just continue to destroy. Mid-wave is already pushing. See if they even go for a reset afterwards, or how much they want to push during these death timers. Still 20 plus seconds on a lot of these death timers. Looks like the mid-wave will get collected by Loki, though, so TL will calmly take their reward and reset.
Yep, going to be able to look for the reset. And let's watch how it's all set up. What a beautiful start here to the fight from Umti.
Yeah, all right. So Lily, a bowling ball. And it's a nice little combo. The Quay zones them, so they walk down. Good coordination between APA and Umti. And the more devastating of the two is the Lilia ball when that one hits, because they immediately go for it. As soon as that thing hits, immediately Team Liquid know they have won the fight. Yeah. Biggest ball.
Don't read those words. Don't read those lips. He said, "Great job, team. Keep it up."
Yeah. Let's leave it at that. Perfect. That's what it looked like to me, too.
Same, yeah, exactly.
TL, though, this might be the victory lap. With the Baron buff, they can go straight towards Cloud9 territory. They're actually going to counter jungle on their way up to the top wave.
Blabber is going to be spotted out. Was looking for a flank angle, but he's caught out in an awkward spot. Impact potentially is as well. Will he have to use the ulti? Unstoppable onslaught used in retreat, but Blabber's put to sleep. Go to bed. It's back to the base for you as he is slept up and knocked down by APA. The push is on. They do have Ziggs here for some pretty good wave clear, but you're down a man. You're down 8,000 gold, and you're down the Baron buff. Loki trying to finish with that charm. Over the wall, can't find it. Umti just looking to push forward and zone him off. 1 tower down already. The top lane is set up to knock down as well right after this.
Yeah, this one looks like it could be TL finishing the Cloud9 base. Impact has the Baroned up cannon wave in front of top tower. Rest of TL can just close on through. 2 inhibitors will fall very quickly, and now Cloud9 need a miracle. Blabber up in 8 seconds, will have his flash, will have his ultimate, and TL will play it safe. 2 inhibitors is enough. They won't give Cloud9 the opportunity for a miracle comeback.
Yeah, and they are sitting on a lot of gold. A quick count showed about 7,000 gold in pocket for TL as a team. So they decide, you know what? We have a scaling edge. We have control of the map. We're going to go back. We're going to buy up, and we are going to get back out on the map and try to finish this one off.
That's some discipline, and they know Spawn is watching, and Spawn will reprimand them if they overstay.
And disciplined dad.
And here we go. Now they find a couple of Cloud9 members in the brush. Can they chase them down?
Clever's here as well. There goes Corin. Flash shattering strike. Vulcan's in trouble over on the other side. He's going to take him down to the unstoppable onslaught from Impact. Knocks down Ziggs. Thanatos arrives, but we're into a pause at a critical moment here. Yes, yeah, he definitely has.
I'm opening up the chat, and actually,
so we're going to watch this one more time. I've been given a theory. So the theory is that Vulcan's ult did not go off, but I can't really see him on screen right now. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be looking for that or something else. Let's see. Okay. So Umpty's in the air, but I didn't see what happened. So I didn't see like how the ult actually happened. So because of course it's different if it's like a tap versus a hold. So let's see. Let's watch this one more time. Vulcan charges in. Oh, his ult just goes on cooldown. Or is that the spectator client bug? Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, spectator client bugs are common, but since they paused it, I assume that maybe that is.
Because I didn't even see any ulti animation, so I didn't see anything there. But again, it's hard to tell. Sometimes we do have an update. So C9 has been offered and accepted a chrono break.
3,000? How do you even have a soul for that?
What were the options?
Oh, we're back in it. We're going back in the game. Oh my God! There's a triple kill already for Yan. I think that's just going to do it. It's a quadra kill for Yan. And it looks like it's an ace, and I guess we're just walking down mid lane, and just like that, TL are going to seal the deal, knock down C9. APA was on his feet, cheering, and they are marching on the next. It's not going to make you TL fans wait even a second longer. You may have doubted them, but doubt them no longer. TL punched their ticket to the finals. They'll be playing 100 Thieves tomorrow.
100 Thieves won 2-1. So this is going to have to be more revenge for TL if they want to keep up their momentum. But here's another look at when we resumed play coming out of the pause.
Yeah, exactly. So it was just resumed out of the pause. Analyst Desk will explain it for you guys, but essentially the chrono break did not work. And as a result of the chrono break not working, because of the game state, it was not going to be, a full remake, because obviously there was a massive, massive advantage for TL. So because of that, it is just a resume. I'm explaining that only because we were watching this on camera, and it would be a little bit confusing if you thought, hey, the chrono break, and then the exact same thing happened as Ven. So that is the deal, the gist of it as I have it. The Analyst Desk will definitely give you any additional info as they have once we toss it back over to them shortly. It's definitely...
so my takeaway is that Jat did successfully curse it.
He did.
But then they foiled him.
Yeah.